For decades, military procurement has operated on a simple, industrial-age premise. You measure a peer competitor by the sheer megatonnage of their steel and aluminum. But in 2001, Dennis Bushnell, the chief scientist at NASA Langley Research Center, presented a radically different forecast to the intelligence and defense communities. His briefing mapped the capabilities of what he called the enemy after next. The methodology behind this forecast was strict. It relied exclusively on existing data, verifiable trends, and proven analyses. As the presentation explicitly stated, there was absolutely no pixie dust involved in these projections. The central driver of this 2025 battle space is an ongoing worldwide technological revolution. Specifically, it is the exponential and highly synergistic convergence of information technology, biotechnology, and nanotechnology. When these three fields intersect, they systematically strip the inherent survivability away from large, human-operated power projection vehicles. A heavy, localized transport aircraft is easily tracked and targeted by distributed, autonomous systems. Traditional military logistics rely on massive, centralized footprints that require heavy sustainment. In strict contrast, commercial technologies are enabling invisible, decentralized lethality in the form of autonomous swarms. The math of modern combat has inverted. The era of securing strategic dominance through a handful of massive, expensive platforms is over. Future supremacy belongs entirely to the swarm. Traditional, localized radar cones are swallowed up by an overlapping global mesh of satellite coverage. This continuous observation grid is known as the sensor web. Adversaries do not even need to launch their own military satellites to achieve this coverage. They can simply co-opt international scientific assets, systems built for global environmental monitoring, to pull military-grade hyperspectral surveillance data like LiDAR and thermal mapping. LiDAR is a remote sensing method that uses light in the form of a pulsed laser to measure ranges and variable distances to the Earth. Down on the surface, this web becomes microscopic. The commercial sector is already producing ubiquitous nanotags for tracking inventory, alongside cubic millimeter hardware known as smart dust. These tiny, angular, metallic particles are designed to float on air currents, combining miniature sensors, communication networks, and power supplies into a single unit, effectively eliminating any remaining battlefield blind spots. This multi-physics transparency enforces an absolute rule of future warfare directed directly from the NASA briefing. Anything you can see, you can kill. Because of this complete visibility, the report explicitly lists specific U.S. infrastructure and assets as non-survivable. The list includes aerial ports, seaports and runways, massive surface ships, and manned ground vehicles. These legacy platforms generate massive acoustic, thermal, and electromagnetic signatures. It is mathematically impossible to hide objects of that size from a global microscopic detection grid. Spending trillions of dollars to make heavy platforms marginally stealthier creates a strategic trap. The enemy's detection grid is microscopic, ubiquitous, and essentially free. The economic realities of research and development have inverted. Today, roughly 70% of U.S. R&D is commercial rather than government-sponsored, which drastically lowers the financial barrier to entry for advanced weaponization. A downward spiral flowchart represents the specific mechanism driving the shift toward cheap, volumetric warfare. It starts at the top with commercial, off-the-shelf electronics. Better commercial electronics enable highly precise targeting. When a strike is perfectly accurate, it inherently shrinks the physical size and payload required for the munition to be effective. Smaller, highly lethal munitions directly reduce the size and cost of the platform required to carry them. Smaller delivery systems easily do the job. The final steps remove the human operator completely. Stripping away the heavy logistical tail allows the platform to shrink to its absolute minimum size, yielding what the briefing calls cheap warfare. A single modern manned fighter jet costs tens of millions of dollars. For that same financial investment, an adversary can build country-sized magazines filled with thousands of cheap transoceanic drones. Autonomous, pilotless cruise weaponry is not a theoretical concept. The German V-1 flying bomb proved the effectiveness of volumetric strike capability during World War II. The technology and its efficiency are simply scaling exponentially today. In this new warfighting spiral, the human operator acts as a biological bottleneck. Humans are physically slow, mentally fragile in high-speed data environments, and demand huge logistical sustainment, ultimately providing a negative value add to the weapon system. Producing thousands of offensive swarm drones is exponentially cheaper and faster than building the defensive platforms required to shoot them down. The traditional math of military deterrence is permanently broken. This shifts the strategic focus away from projecting power overseas and points directly at the stark logistical vulnerabilities of the continental United States. The geography itself presents a critical density vulnerability. Roughly 80% of the U.S. population and its primary logistical hubs sit within 50 miles of an undefended coastline. The NASA report outlines a stark asymmetric warning. It projects a complete U.S. infrastructure takedown could be executed by a microgroup of just 10 people, utilizing a budget under $10 million. The first vector of this takedown is information warfare, or IW, aimed directly at the highly centralized, computerized national railroad system. IW involves the use of information technology and digital attacks to disrupt an opponent's communication and logistics networks. Crippling just 3 or 4 key rail nodes instantly halts the nation's just-in-time logistics. Without train movement, the power grid fails, the auto industry stops, and national food distribution collapses in a cascading systemic failure. The second vector introduces fingerprintless binary bioweapons directly into the domestic agricultural system or imported food supplies. A binary weapon uses 2 distinct, relatively safe chemical or biological components that only become lethal when they are mixed together. Low-cost attacks achieve total area denial on the home front. They force U.S. defense forces to quickly exhaust their limited magazines of expensive interceptors against effectively infinite, cheap swarms. The report also identifies the blast wave accelerator as a novel, global precision strike weapon. This proposed technology lofts projectiles across the globe at Mach 21, costing roughly $200 per pound of payload. Against these multitudinous, volumetric threats, heavily armored U.S. logistics assets cannot survive. They will simply run out of interceptors and be systematically destroyed. If a highly funded microgroup can sever the domestic logistical supply chain from within, a multi-trillion-dollar overseas defense apparatus becomes functionally irrelevant. The circa 2025 forecast establishes an uncompromising reality. Attempting to build an active defense against multitudinous, precision, and volumetric munitions is neither technologically doable nor economically affordable. The future role of human infantry is drastically reduced. Soldiers will only hold or sanitize ground after robotic systems have cleared the battle space. This extreme lethality environment forces all traditional Army and Marine ground forces to abandon large formations and adapt to a decentralized Special Operations Forces model. Special Operations Forces, or SOF, are small, elite military units trained to conduct highly specialized and unconventional missions. Because conventional robotic warfare will become too deadly to survive, national priority must pivot. The focus has to shift away from kinetic defense and toward preventing the root causes of war in the first place. Bushnell proposes what he calls killer app solutions. These strategies leverage the exact same information and biological technology revolutions to proactively solve global instability. The biological solution involves engineering massive coastal biomass projects via seawater irrigation. This approach aims to solve the global energy, food, and water crises, dwarfing traditional industrial public works like massive concrete dams through biotech terraforming. The information technology solution relies on deploying universal, inexpensive, web-based distance learning. This asynchronous education model is designed to stabilize populations and equalize global wealth generation. The only mathematically viable defense against the enemy after next is to render their economic and territorial motivations obsolete. By using exponential technology to solve resource scarcity, a nation can close the warfighting spiral before it accelerates out of control.